Are you looking for a way to foster connection at your next event, conference, or even meeting? Well, try using conversation starters. This is something that is so simple. I'm really sad I didn't start doing it earlier, but this is a go-to that I use in a lot of the conferences that I plan from a programming perspective. And I'm going to explain what it is, how we use it, and why they work so well. Before we jump into it, I'm Logan Clements. I'm a freelance event producer based in Seattle, Washington. I execute events here and all over the world. I do want to remind you to like, subscribe, turn on that little notification bell so you get notified every single Monday when I drop new videos. I'm also the co-host of the Better Events podcast with fellow event pro Mary Davidson. We dive even more into these topics about event planning, event management, and running your own business over wherever you listen to podcasts. So a conversation starter, I like this term instead of saying icebreaker. I think some people have a visceral reaction when you say the word icebreaker, but it is a similar goal. A conversation starter is a simple question, easy to answer, something that someone is going to reveal some information about the person who is answering the question, but it's not meant to be super deep or insightful or really just having that pressure that you need to give a good answer. And so that simple question, and you have the opportunity where you can either ask this in small group settings or as a larger group. So for the podcast, it's Mary and I, we have one question, we answer it. So like, what's your favorite breakfast food? That's such an easy one. Most of us know what we had for breakfast. That could change over time, but it still gives you an insight into that person and something about them you wouldn't know otherwise. And Mary would answer it, then I answer it, and then we jump into our conversation about a larger, deeper topic. And the cool part is this both is a conversation starter as it starts the conversation of our podcast, but it also is a conversation starter for other people to connect with us. Oh, I also love an everything bagel with cream cheese. You never know where people are going to find those points to connect. Now, you can also do this as a larger group if you have maybe a 10-person meeting. The hard part is the more people you involve, the longer this is going to take. And the most effective way we've seen both in person and virtually has really been to keep this one-on-one. So pairing people up one-on-one, we did it virtually using breakout rooms. I'd say no more than 3 people maybe if you have a larger group, 2 to 3 people, and you take only about 3 minutes. And the cool part here is you could do multiple rounds so people rotate seats or virtually you rotate breakout rooms. And I promise you, why this works, people love finding points of connection. And I think when you have large things of like, what are your 5-year goals? Or what's one of your goals for this year? Even like, what's your most favorite book of all time? There's a lot of pressure with some of those questions. And sometimes finding this simple, easy question is going to open up connection points for people. So at our Better Events conference last year in 2024, we had a whole crew of people who answered the question, what is your most used kitchen utensil? You're welcome to steal that one. I love it. For me, spoiler alert, it's a spatula. But we had a group of people who bonded over the fact that for them, it was their air fryer. And this conversation not got sparked by the starter, but led to connections throughout the day. And even at our happy hour later that night, they were still talking about their love of their air fryers and finding other connection points. And so it's just such a simple an easy way to actually get your conversation going. I see most people make the mistake of picking a question that is a lot of pressure or just too deep. Keep it light, keep it fun. Like I've also done in the springtime, what's your favorite flower? Or do you have a favorite scent? I do in the wintertime. Just things that evoke that connection point with people. So it can take no more than maybe 10 minutes at the start of your meeting or your event or your conference. And it really just helps you foster connections in a way that putting people together in a room and playing some music, giving them drinks and cheese cubes and saying, go, is not going to do that. So think about using a conversation starter for your next meeting. If you want to know more of my favorites, feel free to shoot me an email. I'm always happy to chat more about this, but conversation starters, it will be a game changer for connecting your attendees. And that brings me to the end of this week's video. I hope you enjoyed it and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.